What's going on? This is Marcus, and in this video I'm talking about my 1-month experiment of using a credit card solely for the rewards. And I've seen all these videos and people talking about the bonuses you can get from using the credit card and you can make money from it. I listened to those Dave Ramsey calls and I hear the people arguing with him, and I was like, maybe let me check this out, do it for a month, see if it's going to change my philosophy. So sit back and enjoy, and let's see how this thing went. If you're interested in following my debt-free journey and learning about finance, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to ask you to hit that like button because it'll definitely help the channel grow. So before I get started, I want to give 2 channels a shout out. Wait a minute, am I breaching YouTube etiquette if I don't tell them I'm going to give them a shout out? I don't know, the presumption is that everybody wants their channel to grow, so I'm going to give them a shout out. And hey, if I'm breaching YouTube etiquette and they don't want me to do this, I'm sorry. We'll chop it up and talk about that later. But first channel you want to check out is RJ Credit and Finance. My guys stay dropping jewels on help giving you tips on how to finesse the credit card game. And by finesse, I don't mean scam. The other channel that you need to check out is Bank Account Bonus Central, another channel that always drops jewels about the credit game and about bonuses that banks give for opening certain accounts. Those are the 2 channels that really, kind of inspired me to do this, because I've been watching their content and I was like, man, sound like I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, so let me try this and see how things go, see how it work out. Now, before we start, I'm going to talk a little bit about my philosophy on credit cards. Hey, growing up, where I'm from, credit cards were abused. Credit cards and checks. Checks would be written, hey, don't cash this until Wednesday after the 3rd Wednesday. Checks were written out 10 days later to be cashed and bouncing all over the place, and most people weren't really responsible with credit cards. That's just kind of not how things went. And so I was really, I don't think I ever wrote a check in my life, now that I think about it. So yeah, I never was a proponent of checks. I started out shaky in the credit card game as a youngster when I got my first one, as some of y'all already know. But as I got older and a little bit wiser, I became a little bit more mature. I tell you, when I started this journey in August, I think my total credit card debt was about $6,000. That was maybe 10 to 12% my overall credit limit that I had with all of my various accounts. So let's talk about the card that I use. I use the Chase Visa Amazon Prime Rewards card. Some of the benefits of this rewards card is, I'll tell you first and foremost, and I talked about this in a video a few months ago, but once I signed up for the card initially, I was actually buying some tires on Amazon that I needed for the car, and on the way out I was like, hey, if you apply for this card and you get approved, we'll give you a $250 gift card immediately. The tires were $256, so I was like, bet, I'm about to sign up for this. So I signed up for it, got approved, I got the $250 gift card, and I was able to get the tires and only spend $6. So I'm already $250 in the green, so I was really excited. Now, some of the details of the card: there is a $119 annual fee that's taxed every July. So you do have to pay $119 just to have the benefit of using the card. But like I said, I already got a $250 Amazon gift card that I used to get some tires for the whip, so that already put me in the green. The other benefits to the card include 5% cash back on everything you get from Amazon, whether it's your Prime membership, gift cards, anything you get from Amazon, you get 5% cash back. If you shop at Whole Foods, you get 2% cash back. Any gas, you get 2% cash back from anywhere. Oh, and also you do get 2% cash back at all restaurants, and everything else is 1% cash back. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities to take advantage of the cash back rewards. Also, they have some unique bonuses that they'll give you when you log into the app. They may say, hey, for the next 30 days, if you use it at McDonald's, you get 5% cash back. For the next 45 days, if you use it at this clothing store, this restaurant, you get cash back. So what do we do, or what do we use this credit card for? We use this credit card for everything. We use this credit card to pay off any bill that we could pay with the credit card. We use it to pay for my daughter's dance and her little extracurricular activities. I mean, we used it to pay our tithes at church. Hey, the Lord takes credit cards now, so we set everything up so we could pay our tithes online. with this credit card. I even used it to pay for dental expenses I had. They were like $1,250. So I took every opportunity to maximize these cards. The only thing that I really didn't use the card for is to pay the mortgages to my primary residence and my rental property, even though there is a way that I could have done that, and I may do it in the future because it is leaving a lot of money on the table. But I just didn't do it this time because it was just too time consuming, and by the time I actually paid those bills, it would have been too long for me to get everything squared away to utilize the credit card to pay those bills. So with that being said, we used it for pretty much everything. It was even a few instances where, you know, the wife was like, hey, oops, I forgot to use it at this. I was like, hey man, buy those McNuggets. What you doing? You need to buy those McNuggets so we can get that 1% cash back. I mean, it was only like a Happy Meal for my daughter or something, but hey, I was trying to make sure the numbers were really accurate. So for most things, we actually used the credit card this month. This is a funny story. Before I go, funny story. And shout out to Dave Ramsey for keeping it. Hey, Dave Ramsey is the GOAT. He keeps it 100. And you know Uncle Dave's philosophy on credit card. Don't use them, cut them up. After you pay them off, cut them up and close the accounts. So in January, we had a friend, my wife and I, who we were going to give a year subscription in the Financial Peace University course, all right? And so, you know, when she was about to make the purchase, it was a text message. I might put the message somewhere on here because I thought it was funny. But as she was making the purchase, I was like, no. I know Dave said don't use credit cards, but we're going to go ahead and use this credit card to pay for this Dave Ramsey course so we can get that cash back. Haha. And so I was all excited. She texted me back like 5 minutes later with a screenshot. A screenshot of the message, and on Dave Ramsey's site it was like, we appreciate your interest in wanting to sign up for Financial Peace University. However, we believe that financial freedom is key. With that considered, we do not allow credit cards, so please try to get this with a debit card or something. It was something to that effect. But hey, I was like, my first thought was, damn you Dave, you hating on my 1%. But after I thought about it, I was like, hey, props to Dave for keeping it 100 and sticking true to his word of, hey, he don't believe in the credit card game. I thought that was funny though. I don't know, I just thought that shit was funny. I was like, man, this dude's serious about the credit cards. He won't even let you pay for his course where he makes money off with a credit card. I mean, think about that type of dedication. That's crazy. And so, you know, just a funny story. That was a side note. And I will tell you, I've never been a proponent of paying off your credit card and then just closing the account out and not having the credit line or any credit history. I just don't think that's the smart move to make. This is just my opinion. This is how I move. Everybody's entitled to do everything differently. But manual underwriting is a pain in the you-know-what if you're trying to buy property. I think that leaving accounts open, especially if they're in good standing, it'll give you a great credit score. Undoubtedly, everybody knows that. But I think the other benefit is it keeps you in the position where you can take advantage of those opportunities for investment if you're trying to pick up some rental property. So that's one of the very few exceptions of when I think it's okay to accrue debt, is if you're getting rental property or you're going to invest in rental property, as long as the cash flow makes sense. And so with that being said, I've never been a proponent of paying off a credit card and closing it out. So that's kind of how the experiment went for the month. Now let's take a look at the numbers and see how everything panned out. Okay, so the month of January pretty much had 2 billing cycles in it. So for the first part of January, that first billing cycle, the points that we accrued down to $31.59 on the cash reward side of the game. And the points that we accrued for the second half of the month, that breaks down to $63.19. The total amount of cash that those points translate into is $94.78. That's almost $100 that we got that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise, just to pay the same bills that we were going to pay anyway with cash. So it definitely changed my outlook and approach on credit cards. Even though, I mean, I got like maybe 6 or 7 credit cards. That's the only one that I'm using currently, and it'll probably be the only one that I use, but it's something that I definitely will take advantage of. I mean, I actually went back and looked at my spending plan for last year, and I looked at 4 months of what I purchased on Amazon, and it was over $3,000 because I had 2 laptops for the kids for school to start, and my son is in a science and technology high school, so he has to have this super powerful laptop for coding and programming. So you definitely can take advantage of the benefits of the card. It has changed my outlook. I'm probably going to do this moving forward. I'm not going to probably. I am going to do this moving forward because I'm going to capitalize and get that money back. I mean, even at a minimum, if we just take the averages from this month, $94, at the end of the year, it would be over $1,000 that I would get just from using the card to take care of everything that I was going to take care of anyway. I actually got a plan for that money. Well, I think I got a plan for that money, but I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you're irresponsible with credit cards and you haven't developed that skill set on how to use them properly to take advantage of it, just stay away from them. Pay it off and don't use it. However, if you are responsible with credit cards, you should definitely try for a month to take advantage of a good cash rewards card. It could be something that's advantageous and put money into your pocket. So that's how this experiment played out. I appreciate you all tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment. If you comment, I'll definitely get back to you. Y'all take care. Peace.